talk about, but the life that he led for for 60, 70 years was absolutely as per routine, right? Now, for me, I'll tell you from my point of view as to how I would, what my life was, my day was. We would be booted out of the room. We used to sleep, three of us brothers, we used to sleep in Swami's room on small mattresses on the floor, on one small roll of mattress we would take and then sleep. We would do Padaseva to him in the night and then go lie down on our backs and sleep. Around 4:45, he would snap his fingers and we'll be out of the room, right? So by 5 we would be down. I would finish my morning ablutions, a little bit of yoga, a little bit of exercise at that point of time, and we would go. We would go, and by that time the cook would come, right? The cook would come and uh, he would bring one glass of rava ganji. It's like that. I don't know what's rava called in Sri Lanka. It's the I hope you understand what they make upma out of it, right? Rava, yeah.
Yes,
So rava porridge in milk, they would boil it, and he would bring that, and a few slices of apple, well cut without the skin. He would eat that. So that's his morning. Few slices he would take, bring that glass of porridge, and 5:45. This gentleman Subapaya, who was the cook at that point of time, he would come down, and I would walk with him to mandir, right, from Purnachandra to the main mandir, and after that, slowly the ladies' side darshan would get filled, the gents would come. Around 6:45, we would hear the music, knowing that Swami has come. Swami has started. So around, and he would walk. He would say that 40 minutes he would, without fail, he would walk in his room. We had imprisoned him, right? He cannot go for walks outside. But the moment he comes out, there'll be crowds of devotees coming in. But in his room, he would walk up and down, up and down, up and down. For 40 minutes, he would look at the clock and keep walking. He was so particular, about taking care of the body, so that he can tell us to take care of his body, of our own bodies, right? I know even now I keep getting pulled up by my wife, telling that you keep saying that Swami walks. Why are you not walking? Right? But that's the beauty of his disciplined life. And then around 6:45 would come for darshan in those days, complete a round, and I am sitting inside in the dining hall, probably reading a newspaper or reading some papers that I brought from the trust office, and or learning some accountancy new, because some new subjects for me, and I would do some of those tasks, and I know that the music has stopped. That means Swami has called people for interview, right? So that means interviews would be going on, and around 8 o'clock, the door would open, the door of the dining hall would open, and Swami would come in. And then he would be filled with, sometimes he will tell that all these people, they don't listen to me. Sometimes he'd come with a lot of joy, telling that today the Russians had come, today the Italians had come, today somebody from Sri Lanka has come, somebody this, some for the next 5-10 minutes he would be speaking about what happened in the interview room, and how devotees are such beautiful people. And we speak about Swami speaks about his devotees, right? That would be a few things, and he would take a few again, a couple of slices of apple, and then he would go out again, maybe second round of interviews, etc. 9 o'clock bhajan would start. After the fourth bhajan, we know that we have to start keeping the food ready. So all the carriers would have come, and we would tiffin carriers would have come, and we'd keep it all ready. And immediately after 5 or 6 bhajans, he would come in, and he would sit. He would eat ragi sangati. Ragi, it's about a ball of ragi he would eat. Dip it in with some chutney or some dal he would eat. That's it. And before Aarti gets over, he would be out. That's his eating time. The Aarti is his eating time. And you just immediately gobble up, and then he would be out. Only when some trustees come, or Indulal Shah sir or Justice Bhagwati, when they used to come, he would eat patiently with him. Mr. V. Srinivasan. These were all senior trustees with whom Swami would dine, and that would be a more leisurely lunch. Otherwise, he would just, everything is quick. He would go to Purnachandra, and then around 1 o'clock, he would rest for about half an hour, 45 minutes, and then they would come down, sit, and then for about 2 hours he would be reading letters of devotees continuously. It's like a beautiful motion. On the side of his chair, there would be a pack of letters. He would pick one, read, put it on the, there's a dustbin on this side, and that's his whole life, right? All the letters would be here, and then he would keep reading, and whatever the post comes that would be offered to him, he would read that. So 2-3 hours in a day, in that afternoon, he would read. Around 1 o'clock, he would eat one idli or something. Then again, getting ready for his afternoon darshan. 3 o'clock, he would come fresh, with all the hair combed properly. He will come and ask, "Is my hair all right in the back?" And he is so particular about getting ready for darshan, right? Because he wants to be perfect for his devotees. And then he would go for darshan. That evening, entire darshan, the interviews, etc., would get over. Around 6 o'clock, Aarti comes back. Sits, talks to some of the officials for about an hour. Again, while reading letters, about an hour of that letters, etc. 7:30, he would retire. So that's the day of the simple day of Bhagwan, right? I'm sure in the earlier days it would have been different. The bhajans were later, around 11 o'clock. Bhajans were different, and he would write the Vahinis in those days. There are different phases of Bhagwan's life, but what I have seen was this. This was the thing that I had seen.